What? 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 He shot me through the fucking door?
Hello everyone, my name is Dom. So first off, I'd just like to say that I understand that this game is early access and that a lot of what I'm about to cover is subject to change, but this video is not going to be very nice to this game, and I think it's not something worth buying in its current state. I paid $18 for this piece of crap, so I'm going to criticize it like it's $18. I'm going to be comparing this game to Ready or Not and other SWAT games because it's fairly obvious this game appeals to the same crowd. I was shown this game the day before its release by my friend Slayer and gave it a fair shot. I tried it for a total of 103 minutes and then refunded it. Let's jump into this. I'm not going to keep you in suspense anymore. So the game starts out with this tutorial that instantly decides to start you off with a 30-second waste of time picking a lock. I get that picking a lock takes time, but Ready or Not at least had the decency to make it not take a million fucking years. Next thing is this room I enter with the civvy in it that I shot because I'm kind of a dumbass. But he just tanks it. I don't know if this was because he was invincible or because the game has no sense of shot placement, because I ended the tutorial later on by shooting a guy, but the headshots didn't seem to matter. I'm serious, throughout this game it felt like shot placement was pretty much pointless. I also noticed that when you press the pause button, the menu will pop up, but the actual pause takes like a full second to happen after. It's really off-putting and weird. The tutorial doesn't have that much special on it, but it did introduce a cool mechanic where you can seemingly turn off the lights in a level either by shooting the lights or hitting the breaker. I never got to use this in the main game, but cool, I guess. On the menu, I went to change my loadout and found that the loadout system now only has 5 selection boxes for things like wedges and grenades and stuff. And I take my normal 2 door wedges and 3 flashbangs because I'm basic. My guns are just shotgun and default pistol. The first level is a level called Silence of the Hansons, and it lets you choose what kind of SWAT scenario you want, like early builds of Ready or Not did until it was removed. So I start hostage rescue since that seems simple enough to start, and the first door I try to use the mirror on in the house doesn't let me see under it for some reason.
Awaiting your orders, sir.
Wait, why can't I mirror under the door? It's not letting me mirror. What the fuck? Why not?
I have no fucking idea why, but it just wouldn't work. Already off to a great start. For some reason, this big burly hillbilly guy has a voice that doesn't fit him in the slightest.
Thought I was going to die on this earth like my ancestors, but it turns out I'm going to die in prison with heathen bitches.
There's also a pickup prompt here next to the fridge that you can't pick anything up from. Right here was about where I started to see just how wimpy the guns were, because the enemies didn't have any reaction to getting shot in the chest with a slug at close range. And I will later find out that pretty much all of the guns in this game feel like unresponsive crap. Seriously, I used a handful of weapons in my time playing this game and they all suck. Now on to the best part of my first run through this level.
What? 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 He shot me through the fucking door?
Yeah, this isn't a one-time thing either. Not only was I able to make this happen multiple times here and throughout this level, but I had it happen on other levels multiple times too. This was about the point where I realized that the game was a piece of dog shit. How this managed to slip past these devs before release is beyond me, since being behind doors is the cornerstone of these kinds of games when you're preparing for entry. These guys legitimately know when you're in front of the door, too. They stop as soon as I move away and start shooting again when I move in front. I guess they all have fucking X-ray vision or some shit. After a few more times, I got to confront this guy in the bathroom and try to get him to comply. As with the guns, the punch feels totally useless. So for this next part, I have to go up and arrest this guy, but his back is against the wall, so I basically have to walk on top of him to get him to comply. And, well, I got fucking soft-locked. And no, as far as I can tell, there's no way to get this retard to crawl on his knees like Ready or Not to move close to you. I had to arrest him there and got stuck in the stupid bathtub and had to start all over again. Yes, if you're wondering, 80% of the 103 minutes I spent playing this dog shit game was on this stupid level because I kept dying or having to restart due to stupid horse shit. I get to the door with the asshole with the wall hacks and send my team to breach it, and they don't shoot at them, only at me for some reason. Only to
On the
continue
ground.
and then get shredded through yet another door.
Oh shit. What was that? What?
I mean, I guess my fucking strategy now should just consist of mag dumping every door I have to open, civilians and all be damned. So now I start over, only to have it happen again immediately. Great game. Anyway, I finished the level and tried another and encountered most of the same issues. Doors were still arbitrary, the AI was still ungodly, the guns are terrible, and this entire game sucks. If Ready or Not was a 5 out of 10 game, I'd give this game a 2 out of 10. I didn't have any fun with it, and I don't like it. I refunded and used my money to go buy McDonald's instead because I'm a fat piece of shit. Anyway, that's all. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. I'm gonna go the fuck to sleep now.